which is an online platform for classes and her blog. She will share her inspiring story of how her life changed after attending Body&Brain Qigong-style classes and show what's possible. So everybody, give a warm welcome to the
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 1998. I was 24 years old. And that wasn't my first health scare, but that's the one I'm going to stick with today. Getting that diagnosis kind of sent me into a tailspin of fear and worry. That disease is very unpredictable. I didn't know what I was going to wake up like. I didn't know how my day was going to go. I really couldn't really plan for much, I thought, because I didn't know what was going to happen to me. That kept going. So that was the start of it. I also had a pretty high stress job, and at the same time that my mind was going with worry and fear, I also had a brain in overdrive working. It didn't stop. My default mode was multitasking, maybe 20, 30 things. It didn't feel like I was doing enough. So for the next 17 years, I tried a lot of different medicines. Nothing was changing. I wasn't feeling well. I was searching for what can I do. I was kind of going crazy. I was bothering my family. I was feeling guilty, feeling shame, feeling all of those emotions. And then 10 years ago, I kind of had what I like to refer to as my good midlife crisis. I quit my job. I looked for another neurologist, and I stumbled into a yoga studio in Newbury that had some roots in Body&Brain. So I signed up for a 40-day workshop, and I learned tapping. And it was very interesting to me. And as I went through these 40 days, we were doing all different things, but the tapping really stuck with me. And all of a sudden, I felt tingling in my once numb feet. So I was very curious about what this was, what it was, and the owner of the studio said, why don't you take Finding True Self? So that was about 5 years ago. I took Finding True Self. It was a very small group, and that's where I met my soul for the first time. It was life-changing. And from that moment, I looked back, and every single week I have stayed in a session or something for the last 5 years. So I have done many workshops and kept feeling things and, kind of getting used to my body. Before it was in pain, I didn't want to be in my body. My focus was so out. I didn't even want to be in my body. I didn't like my body. But this practice started to kind of waken my mind. As we've heard, we need to wake up. And all of a sudden, I started listening to this voice that I had a little bit more, and I didn't know where it was coming from. I just kept feeling, and it kept getting louder and louder, and I kept listening. And through this, I was still taking medicine, I was still doing things, but I still was doing this practice every day. And the medicine slowly kind of started drifting out of my mind. And 3 years ago, I remember being in Sedona, turning to my friend and saying, I didn't take my medicine. I can't remember the last time I took it. And I feel great. So quietly, I quit taking my medicine too, and that was 3 years ago. I haven't had any issues since. So I have... to learning to tune into my body, listening, quieting my mind. I can tell you that I'm really bad at multitasking now. I have a very hard time. And the biggest things that have stuck with me through the whole training, and believe me, there's a lot, and there's so much, so I encourage every one of you, because I'm not special. If I can do it, so can all of you, and I know many of you have your own stories to tell. But one is the positivity. I remember BMT and just seeing Mr. Kemdow, yes, 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 and hearing him say how, smiling to yourself and being positive. I do that. I say yes, yes, yes a lot. My husband can attest to me saying positivity, positivity, 100% positivity all of the time. It really helps train your brain to be positive and not fall back into the old patterns. The other piece that has stuck with me is gratitude. It's not the thank you that you often say without really thinking about it to, say thank you. It's really feeling grateful. I truly feel grateful, even for my MS. If I didn't have MS, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sharing this. I would probably still be sick and taking medicine. But I have MS, and because of that, because I know how it works for me, and yes, they say every person's different, but we're all different. So, that's letting me be able to share my knowledge with everyone. So, the positivity and the gratitude that can fill your body has just really allowed me to change my brain. It's completely changed my life, but I don't have a lot of the, oh, woe is me. I realize nobody knows what's happening in the next minute, so that's, I don't have to worry about that. You kind of see those commonalities as you kind of train your brain to listen. So I can't say enough about the practice. That is something that I do every single day. You have to move, you have to breathe, you have to connect with yourself. But it's possible. It's possible to heal yourself, and I'm standing here proof. My MS did not let me do I thank you all for being here, and I hope that you can take a little piece of something today, because everything has been so valuable, and you can't hear it enough. Your brain just needs to hear it over and over and over again, and it can happen for you. So I hope you all can find some health and peace